for me to be successful because I'm black. And I said, almost certainly true. Like, even just from the perspective of a school of fish, right? From an evolutionary standpoint, we group up with people that look like we look. So if you're a minority in any country, then it seems self-evident to me that it's going to be more difficult. But my question is, and now what? So you've got options. You can sit in the unfairness of that, and I don't even think people would argue it. It is unfair. Or
it's even counterproductive, right?
Agreed.
Because hypothetically, we want to exploit all people equally for our own benefit. To speak very coldly about it. Obviously, there's more to it than that.
So my thing is, you talk very profoundly about resentment in Beyond Order, and that resonated with me really well. It's like, look, you're going to have every reason to be resentful in your life. There are going to be a million things that come at you, but it doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve the community. Like, that is the fastest way for your, I wish I had better words for this, I'm sure you do, but for your sort of energy to go dark, for you to step into the role of the adversary, which you define very clearly is essentially the devil. You liken adversaries to Mistopheles, to the Columbine shooters, and that is seeing those as archetypal roles. You can play the hero, you can play the adversary. If you're going down the path of bitterness, even if you have every reason in the world to be bitter, the thought of where that path leads you should be so terrifying that you should U-turn and say, even though I have the right, even though everybody is going to tell me it makes all the sense in the world for you to be angry, bitter, resentful, it's going to take you somewhere that will be so self-punishing that there's just no point in heading in that direction.
Yeah, unless you want the desolation and waste that comes with it. Yeah, I mean, in that chapter, that's do not allow yourself to become arrogant, deceitful, or resentful. I might have the order wrong there, but that's the chapter. Yeah, it opens with a discussion of why you would get resentful. It's like, well, culture is arrayed against you, so you're the target of tyrannical forces that are beyond your control. They're arbitrary. They don't work in your interest, at least not entirely. And the more eccentric you are, let's say, the more tyrannical culture will be to you. And so you're stuck with that. And then nature conspires to destroy you constantly and is going to do that with pain and anxiety and aging. And then there's the uncontrollability and darkness of your own psyche. And everyone faces those. Now, we face the positive elements of those too, the beneficence of culture, the beauty of nature, the glory of the human spirit. That's there as well. You have reasons to be deceitful, resentful, and arrogant, but it's not a good game unless you want to produce hell.
I want to talk about that. So you were the one that got me to read the Gulag Archipelago. You're the one that got me to